Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Excuse me. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Fog. Thinking right out here in my lab where I do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. This is one that reminds me of me. So, a little heads up. Let's rock. All right. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You totally receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my eye, be true. We into talking about the sage Djehuti, aka the master teacher or spiritual preceptor. I know it better as spiritual guides. Okay, I ended up with that lesson on they are spiritual guides. Now, let's turn over the next page. Let's rock. Right thinkers, let's talk about, my dude, Djehuti. Okay? A.K.A. master teacher or spiritual preceptor of what? Self-knowledge. Let's go. In the beginning, a good spiritual preceptor must help the individual to somehow, what? Turn the anguish and pain experienced as a result of interaction with the world into a desire to rise above it, to be better, take the high road, so to speak, as Michelle Obama would tell you. Ignorant people will always take what? The low road. Intelligent people, good people, righteous people always take the high road. Learn how to take the high road. And to this end, a series of teachings, of techniques and disciplines have been developed over thousands of years. Some of these methods are myths, are parables, they are mental disciplines, we call them spiritual disciplines, and meditative practice, and even physical culture, yoga exercises, and development in the internal life force, serpent power. All right, the teacher, aka sage, needs to help the seeker, the right thinker, the disciple, restruct and channel what? Their energies, those energies which arise from what? Disappointment and frustration, and turn those into what? Healthy dispassion for what? The illusionariness of the world. Get better at not needing or being caught up in the things of the world and its entanglements. If you watch the news, if you follow any of these TV programs, you are involved in the world and you should not be. Why? It don't serve you. It don't help you. But your teacher will show the way to develop your spiritual enlightenment, aka you being a spiritual aspirant, and your self-effort, the work that you put in when directed at sustaining a variable personal spiritual program, aka Shidi, that's profound study daily. I do that. I practice that. That's what will keep you sharp and on point. Trust me, daily practice. In ancient Egypt mythology, remember this is a mythology, there are two great spiritual preceptors. Okay? You have Djehuti is one of them. And he is the wonderful teacher of Het Haru. Remember her? When she turned into the lion and came down, ate up all the unrighteous and got lost in herself. Djehuti is the one that came in the baboon form and brought her back to her senses, so to speak. Gave her self-knowledge, put her back where she needed to be. That's what Djehuti does. Mentally, he's your mind, okay? He keeps thoughts and ideas running. And watch this, Djehuti is one of them. He's the wonderful teacher of Het Haru. And the other one, guess who it is? You ready? I said, your mother, Masons. Aset is our mother. Why? Because we the widow's son. Our father is dead, philosophically. And that's the whole purpose. But in the she taught Asar, studies of Asar, and Aset story of Asar, Aset in Haru, otherwise known as the Asarian resurrection. Aset is what? The teacher of her own son, Haru, me and you. She trains him in what? The arts, 7 liberal arts, sciences, and also mystical philosophy of creation and the nature of the divine self. His first teacher was his mother. Like all kids born to the world, we don't go to our father, mother's there, nurturing up with the thing. Now they don't get it, kids. They no more, another lesson, but that's how it used to be. And that's why the first sign for God was a circle with a dot, represent the nipple, nourishment, meaning you're being fed by God, the dot in the circle. Okay, but what Aset does is she enables Haru to what? Learn to receive and how to harness his divine vision, third eye, okay, which she obtained, what? From Ra herself. In the story of Ra and Aset, I gave that story also. She told him, I need the true word from you. He gave it to her, but he didn't say it in words. He transmitted it to her telepathically. That's how it was done. And when you're a spiritual preceptor is not only a person who has attained a high level of what? Internal self-discovery and purity, aka reach knowledge of self, but also he or she is a person who is well versed what? In spiritual writings and has knowledge of parables and the myths along with what? Their mystical implication and understanding and meanings. The symbolism behind it, esoteric meaning. I teach you that. That's what I'm doing. And he or she also what? Knows and practices the things which lead a person, spiritual discipline, which will lead a person to what? Spiritual enlightenment. Or what they call practice yoga disciplines. There are 5 of them. Take your pick. We work them intricately, meaning they all come together at any time and purpose. When you know them all, you have mastery over them, you use them as needed. But if the teaching is given directly, it may be what? Misunderstood or even repudiated altogether. Why? Due to the individual state of mind, and due to the state of mind of the individual. Hence, the student must be properly initiated into the teachings and be a willing participant, and then the proper relationship must be established what? Between the teacher, moi, and the student, right thinker, you. I give, you receive. The teacher offers humility, honesty, with a beguiling wit. I try to get a joke in here and there, but with a cheerfulness, I'm always upbeat, and an uplift outlook. Always positive, always good, always getting better. Okay, this is symbolized how? by the divine food. What the hell is divine food? Knowledge of self. Self-knowledge. Information that'll help you find yourself, become knowledgeable of yourself. And the divine food Djehuti offers is to her Hadu. When she was in need, when she lost herself, the food was knowledge. The teacher brings what you call divine food, wisdom and experience, and this in the form of the wisdom teachings, which uplift what? The mind by the relieving of the burden of pain and sorrow, which, watch this, which weighs down the soul of all human beings due to their ignorance, egoistic, and negative ways. Right there. If you're performing bad things because of your desires to do them or have certain things, you're not a good person. You're not going to go and do well. And what they call the divine food, just that, good. Divine is good. The divine food is the taste of what we call divine glory. And that comes when you do something good and you feel good about it, you get that good feeling. When you become conscious of who you are, that's the best feeling in the world. But it's just a glimpse of the goal, which you as a disciple must aspire to experience in its fullness. You don't just want a glimpse. Once you get a taste, okay, now you want what? More. So you put in your work. However, this fullness that you're trying to obtain and is experienced in what? Degrees, process, trust to process. Trust, not all at once. No, gonna get a little bit. You'll find out. But it's done in degrees as the teacher gives the spiritual teachings when daily, and as it is assimilated, meaning acted on by you, by the student or the right thinker. How? By practicing and living it daily. I'm here for you to do just that. Why? Because that's what I do. I want to show you. That's why. And you, the student, it's up to you to have respect and trust in your teacher. All the people I learned from, I never had a reason to disrespect them, never had a reason to question their integrity, their teachings, so I don't have that problem. Some people may look at, he don't know this, he don't know that. If you're the student, I'm the teacher. I know more than you. You can teach me what you do know about whatever you think I don't know, which is fine, but I'm teaching what I know. So understand that. And also, you, the student, must allow me, the teacher, to penetrate deeper within your heart by opening up and trusting the fact that what I'm doing for you is for you, to benefit you. And it is only then that it's only then that the teachings that I give will have a transformative effect. If you're not practicing it, you're not putting it to use, it means nothing. Like anything else, they tell you prayer without works. What's the works? Doing the right thing, living right, obeying God's rules. Simple. No matter what religion you got, there's all the things you got to do to get the blessings or to get what they claim you're going to have at the end. In the midst of Het Hadu and Djehuti, Het Hadu allowed, again, she allowed Djehuti's words to penetrate her cold, anguished heart. She was mad. She was angry. She had killing on her mind. She was pissed off, okay? Ra sent her to do a job, and she was here and all 100% doing her job, and they got good to her, okay? And then what happened? She began to remember. Djehuti is your memory bank. Djehuti is your mind. Remember her past glory. We don't know we are gods in the flesh. We had to be reminded. We had to be taught. We had to be informed. That's what the sage's job is. I'm here to show you. And this is the process of what we call divine memory. Remember who you are, knowing thyself. I love this. And wherein she began to now regain her the remembrance of her true identity, knowing thyself. The pain in seeing her current level of existence, meaning she fell so low in comparison to her past glory, brought her to tears. Yeah, look how the mighty have fallen. Okay. And when you lose focus in touch with your higher self, that's exact and what happened. I ain't getting to that other lesson. I can go a whole bunch of ways with that, but let's stick to this one. Also, what happened? She felt the pain of realizing that what? She was missing out on the boundless divine love of who? Her father, Ra, God. That's all of us who went astray from our Father, aka God. And this is the common emotional experience of what? A spiritual aspect when understanding as to their true predicament begins to dawn on them. What have I done to come down the heights of divinity to the limits of what? Human life, mortal existence. I'm a God thinking I'm mortal. How dumb am I? Okay, most ignorant people are. That's what we try to show you. Once you know who you are, you wake up and realize. And how wretched am I to not know who I am. And how degraded I become. I am these, and these are the kinds of questions asked by what? A spiritual aspirant before. These are questions you ask before he or she what? Begins to understand the true meaning of spiritual teachings. Before you come here, I got the best compliment. When a guy tell me my teachings helped save his life, change his life around, you can't give me no money value for that. I don't want your money. I want just that. I want somebody to get it, understand it, and use it and benefit from it. That's my intent. That's my personal goal. And this form of thinking, right thinking, leads to what? Resolutions. To what? Now regain one's true glory. To know thyself. And to rise up from what? That degradation of ignorance. And may I find a teacher. I'm here. Who can guide me on that path to what? Self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment at once. Thus, Djehuti came to respect who? Djehuti. She accepted his offerings, listened to his teachings, and followed them. And later, trusting him with her life. I don't need your life in my hands, but you can trust I'm not going to steer you wrong or lead you wrong. Why? I trust me. I'm going to do the right thing by you. And as one begins to reflect on the teachings, your intuitional understanding now opens up. That's I said. That's the opportunity to now view the beauty and even experience the infinite compassion of what? The true self. You and God becoming one. Now you know all. You have access to the Akashic records of what? God. You know yourself. There and then what? There are what? Now no more questions. You know all you need to know when you know thyself. Only a keen desire to what? Experience this elevated state when more and more. Again, living it, basking it, because the liquor of my yacht. When you're just doing the right thing, life just feels so good. Everything is going your way. That's where you want to be. What? Every day. Simple. In spiritual, his aspirant might say, at this point in their life, I have a glimpse of wondrous bliss within. I've tasted. I want to go back. Like that first high from that first hit from that pipe back in the day, that first hit, the acid, that first thing, whatever first that took you, you said, whoa, yeah. Imagine that in spiritual bliss from within. You don't need no drugs. And let me fully discover it and abide in it. That's your goal as a right thinker, to reach that state of mind for yourself and then abide in it. Enjoy it. Why? Because it's yours. And this is the concept of, when you see the eye, Djehuti. When Haru got his eye plucked out by Set when they was fighting, he went and helped Djehuti put it back together. I gave you that lesson. And this is him giving also the eye a knowledge of self, okay? the quintessential state of saying, I know who I am. This is Haru when she was in the form of the lioness, and he gave her the eye so she can remember who she was. I just gave that lesson. That's what that's signifying. I'm wrapping up with, I'm explaining it to you right quick. It says the left, you see Djehuti, who's given a restored eye to Haru, which is called the Ujat, the Wajet. Okay, that's the eye right here that I went. If it's going that way, it's Djehuti. Okay, you see the eye right here. The second one going that way, going the other way. Okay, that's his eye with the comes on there. The eye rod on the other side, going the other way. That's the eye rod. That would be the eye Djehuti. All right, here you go. So, and which set egoism had blinded Haru. Again, all this is symbolic. In the eye, when he taught out, Haru didn't know himself. He was all messed up. He had no balance. He had to go what? Go remember himself by going to check in with who? Djehuti, his teacher. Okay? And above the right, you see Djehuti, who restoring, again, had Haru, the Ujat, the Wajet eye, again, which had become blinded by her ignorance of herself. So in each instance, Djehuti gave them what they needed so they can remember who they were. That's the job of Djehuti. That's the job I'm trying to perfect right now. My right thing is I'm going to be your Djehuti, the sage with what? Self-knowledge. I'm offering you the eye. Just tune in every day and get it. I got you covered. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right now, in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers started learning themselves and passed away. Oh, I got more lessons for you. I'll be right back.